So today I'll be taking a look at the PS3 triggers by Pelican for your PS3 remote. First I'll show off the packaging, what it comes in. It's got the two triggers on top, and on the bottom it has the silicone caps for your knobs. Turn it to the back and it just has a picture of the remote clearly displayed with all its accessories on there. I know there is a knockoff version of this that isn't done by Pelican that costs like a couple of cents, maybe like 50-75 cents, and they come in a Ziploc bag. I haven't bought those yet to see if those work as good as these, but this Pelican brand do work really good, and they only cost a couple of bucks online. Now, I've always been a fan of the PS3 remote, including way back when it was the PS1 remote. I remember when this came out, this was really big news because it had rumble function, and I think it was one of the first remote controls that had integrated vibration in the remote, so if your character would get shot, it would vibrate and whatnot. And it's always been pretty much the standard for video game controls: the 4 face buttons, the 2 knobs, and the cross pad, and the buttons on the back. I think they did a really good design with that, so much so that they kept it the same for the PS2, pretty much the same. And then when the PS3 came out, they kept the same design, same everything, except now it's wireless. And for whatever reason, they made these buttons hang up in the air compared to the PS2. See how these buttons are on something and these just hang there. So for some people, when you're playing, your finger might slip or whatnot. Luckily, this accessory pretty much fixes that really well, and it gives you this look, almost like a trigger, like, see it side to side. Now they pop in pretty easily, just pop in and pop out. They don't slip out, and they feel real comfortable. The cool thing about this is that they have the same textured feeling as these top buttons, so it doesn't feel like you're pressing on an accessory. When you press this one and this one, it feels natural. And I know there's another brand of this type of trigger, I forget who sells it, but I've seen them online. And the problem with those is that they stick out way too much. These stick out just a little bit, and they have that nice trigger feel right there. This accessory works really well for any of you who play PS3 a lot, especially for your shooting and driving games. A lot of shooting games requires you to aim with this one and shoot with this one, or for some driving games it's gas and brake. Just having this trigger-like feel feels real good and responsive. There's no delay, they don't fall off easily, they pop in easy. This is easily one of those accessories that I highly recommend to anyone who owns a PS3. It works really well and just gives you a great overall different feeling when you're playing. Normally I probably wouldn't care about these triggers, but prior to having a PS3, I actually own an Xbox 360. And one thing that I really like about this controller is that the triggers on the back actually feel like triggers. They're designed to stick out like little triggers. So when you're playing shooting games or driving games, these feel real comfortable as compared to the PS3 version. Luckily though, with this little accessory, that changes everything, and they feel just as good as the 360, if not better. Highly recommend. It's only a couple of bucks, and it does overall increase the gameplay. Regards to just more comfortable and ergonomics, I really like it. If you can find these for cheap, definitely recommend. And I don't know what else to say about these, except this is one of those few accessories that I would definitely buy and pick up. Oh, and also it comes with these little silicone caps that go on there like so. As you can see, they have these little grooves, circular grooves, so when you rest your thumb on there, you feel more control. It doesn't just slip as easily. The only problem I've seen with these is that they're really hard to put on and take off, which is a good thing, because once you put them on, they're not going to slip or fall off. It's just you have to get tweezers and put them in there. But overall, it's a nice little set. For a couple of bucks, you get these triggers and the knob covers, which really increase the overall gameplay experience when you're playing with the PS3 remote. Highly recommended. If you can find these, definitely get them. I'm sure since the PS4 is coming out, these will be even cheaper, since they're just probably trying to get rid of stock. But that's my review for the PS3 triggers. It's definitely worth picking up. Highly recommend, and let me know what you think in the comments if you've bought these or not.